Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, let's do some really fun and easy crafting. Stay tuned. So for those of you watching but who have not yet subscribed, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. Every day we do some amazing crafting, and every day about 43% of the people watching my videos are not subscribers. What are you waiting on? I would love to have you join this online crafting family. You know that there is some amazing crafting taking place. So go ahead. I would be honored to have you join my online crafting family. So today's project is going to be this super sweet tri-fold frame. It's not meant to close. It really is meant just to sit out on a desk. You can take your photograph, put it here. You can swap out photos because we're using one of our mini red clothespins. I've got this little mat on the top that you could also place a photo on, or you can journal. We have an empty mat here that you can also do the same thing with. And we have another mat on this side. Now I decorated this one with some stickers, but you certainly don't have to do the same. You can actually decorate yours however you want, but this really is cute. And what I chose to do was just to leave the back blank. I didn't put anything on it. I wanted to let the paper just be the decorative portion of this craft. And now, as always, I have this decorated for Christmas, but remember, any season, any reason, any gender. It is as easy as swapping out the papers and swapping out your decorative elements. And then you can turn this into whatever you need for it to be. I made it for Christmas, but you could certainly use Hanukkah papers, make it for Hanukkah. You could use Kwanzaa papers, make it for Kwanzaa. You could make this for birthdays, Easter, Valentine's Day. Anytime. Doesn't even have to be a holiday, just any reason. So let's make it. All right guys, so to make our project, here's what we're going to need. We need 2 pieces of chipboard that measure 2.5 by 6. We need 1 piece of chipboard that measures 5.5 by 6. We need some mats. So we have a 3 by 3, and then we have a 3.5 by 3.5. We need 2 mats that measure 5.25 by 2, and we need 2 mats that measure 5.5 by 2.25. We need a mat that measures 5 by 5, and we need one that measures 5.5 by 5.25. Then for our paper, the inside liner is 10 7/8 by 5 3/4. And the outside jacket cover is going to be a 12 by 12 that I will cut down once I put my chipboard on it. And this paper is Simple Vintage Christmas. And I'll hold that up for anyone who is interested in trying to find this paper. It is by Simple Stories, and it is called Simple Vintage Christmas. I found this paper at a local scrapbook store here in Charlotte called the Paper Crafter's Muse, but I'm pretty sure that if you search online, you might be able to find it. Okay guys, so I am going to use this side as the back side because I love the print and I love how it's got words in it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got printed words very lightly impressed on here. So I am going to use this side to place down my chipboard. I have placed double-sided tape on the chipboard, so before I actually place it down, because this is going to be a very, very tight fit, I am just going to place it down like this first for spacing, because it's going to take all of the space on this board for this part of the project. So now that I kind of have my spacing visualized, I am going to place down 1 piece very close to the end, and then I'll take my second piece and place it down. This time I am going to bring the paper towards me so that I can just look at it from this angle, and I'm placing it down using about 1/8 of an inch in spacing. And then I'll take my last piece and I'll put it down just like this. So I actually could have moved that over just a little bit more, but that's okay. So I'll use my finger blade and today I am actually testing out filming from my new location. So I don't have everything that I would ordinarily have with me here, but I do have this. And here is my big old spatula, and then here is a baby spatula. And my sister was in Tuesday morning and she found it, so she thought it was cute. I think it's a cutie too, and I am going to use it just as I would my stylus to go around the chipboard. So all I'm doing is pressing down into the paper and getting a nice crisp impression so that when I fold over, I really can minimize the potential for cracking. And so moving to a new studio is going to be very exciting. It's not my backyard. I will miss my birds and the squirrels and everything else that I get to look out the door and see. But I do like the charm and the character of this old renovated mill, and it really did give me everything that I was looking for. And hopefully at some point, once the pandemic is over, you guys will be able to come in for classes, or maybe a day of crafting with Posh if that's your thing. There will be so many wonderful opportunities that we'll be able to experience together in this space. And the space also has a big open gallery that is perfect for having a nice once a year or twice a year conference. It is made just for that. So I am so excited about being in this location. I'm going to give you guys a very quick sneak peek of what I have done so far. It's still in the rough stages. I have not done very much in the way of decorating or anything. I've just moved in some furniture. Don't have everything where I want it, but I'm going to give you just a quick sneak peek of what I have been working on. So hopefully those of you who have wanted to visit or wanted to come in for a conference or class, hopefully y'all are excited, because at some point we are going to be able to get together and have some in-person training sessions and craft classes and craft conferences. So that is what I have planned for the future. Hopefully you like that sneak peek. So now I'll stand this up and I am just going to fold it over. And then I'll use my finger blade just to miter cut those ends. And I hope that you guys had a chance to check out the podcast, because it was a lot of fun doing it. And like I said, Yvette is an awesome interviewer. So now that we have our edges mitered, I am just going to use my tape runner, place some tape on all 4 sides of it. And then we're going to fold it over and get everything nice and stuck down. So I'll just take this, stand it up, fold this over, use my spatula to get it stuck down, and then I'll go along the edges just like that. And we're going to repeat this on all sides of this beautiful, beautiful paper. So then we can take our end piece, fold it over, make sure we get a good stick on that. And our last side. And now we have this piece done. So now at this point, we get to place down the inside liner piece. And I hate having to cover up the face of this old world Santa here, but I am going to have to cover it up because I will be placing down my mat. So it is going to cover that, but I am going to have to trim off just a little bit of this because it looks like I cut it a little too long. So I said start with the piece that was 10 7/8. And I am just going to trim off about 1/2 inch. And we'll put this down. And that fits beautifully. So if you want, you can start with the piece that is 10 7/8, or you can start with a smaller piece. But if you start with 10 7/8, you're going to have to trim it down. So I am just going to place some tape here on the inside, and then I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I have my tape down on my board. You can see that sheen. And I went ahead and placed tape along the edges of my liner piece. And as I was doing that, I happened to notice that I actually like the inside, the back side of that paper better because it's got musical notes and holiday songs all over it. So I thought that would be perfect for this. So basically all I'm doing is laying it down. I'm going to smooth this out. And then all I'll do is make sure I've got my spines nicely defined. All right, guys, so we have our liner piece down on the inside of this. And don't you think that this is just so beautiful and so stinking cute? I absolutely love this evergreen shade of green. It is so pretty. And the paper that I used on the inside, the old world paper, is actually American Crafts, the Color of Memories paper. So now that we have our board ready, we can go ahead and place down our mats. So I am going to bring in my white mat that measures 5 by 5, and I am going to just run some tape on the back side of that mat. And I'm going to place it on the green mat that measures 5 1/4 by 5 1/2. So let me just get this placed in the proper order. And now I can take my tape runner and just place some tape on the back of my larger mat. Then I can take the larger mat and we're going to position that right in here. So when we place that mat down, we're placing it down so that the 5 1/2 inch side is running this way. So now we're going to do the same thing with our 2 long green mats and the 2 white mats. So these measure, we have 2 greens that measure 5 1/2 by 2 1/4, and then we have 2 whites that measure 5 1/4 by 2. So I am going to place my glue on one of the white mats and mount it to the green. And then I'll do my second one. So I will just take the second white mat, run some tape, and we'll get this mounted. And now I'll take my tape runner and run tape on the back side of my green piece. And now I'll place it down. And then I'll do the same thing with this one. So I am going to take my tape runner, run me some tape, and we are going to get this stuck down. And I just love the look of this. Now that I have it stuck down, I am going to take my big old spatula and just make sure I've got everything nice and stuck. And a lot of you ask, where did this spatula come from? I got it from Tuesday Morning a couple of years ago. I know that quite a few of you have been able to find this either online or at Tuesday Morning. If you cannot find this spatula, I understand there are tools in the home improvement store that will do the same thing. There are baker's tools for spreading out dough that apparently will do the same thing. So just get creative. I'm sure you can find something that will work for you. So the last mat that we're going to do is we have our 3x3 white mat, and we're going to place that down on the 3.5 by 3.5 inch green mat. So we're not going to place any tape on the back of this because we're going to use one of the mini red clothespins. And I love how this red on this green just pops. So now all we need to do is some light decorating and we are done. So I am going to use one of my sticker sheets and just decide what it is I want to put on here. So I think what I want to put here at the bottom of my larger mat is naughty or nice. And then on this one over here, I am going to do it in a similar way that I did the other one with an ornament. And I'll take that ornament and we're going to get it stuck down. And then I'm going to take some more of these little holly berries and just place them down just like that. And guys, it doesn't take much because what we're doing right here is creating an awesome way to capture a memory. You don't have to put a whole lot on boards like this because really when you have it sitting out, it's going to be just so special and so cute. So I think I'm going to take the Santa Baby and place Santa Baby right here. And then I want something very simple for here at the top. And I think, see what I want. And I am just going to take that and just sort of offset it so that it's not taking up too much room on that board. But you can see just how simple it was for us to make this board. But look how gorgeous this is. This really is one of those things that you can have out on your desk at Christmas time. It's something that a grandmother would love to receive with her grandchildren's pictures on it. It's an awesome way. Let's say it's the first Christmas, you can actually just change these out, get some first Christmas stamps, and just put that down and turn this into whatever it is that you want for it to be. If you have an awesome vacation memory, this would be great for that. So all we need to do, guys, when we're making things like this is basically get creative with our imaginations, and then we are able to turn out some of the most meaningful and most beautiful little gifts. And there is nothing more beautiful than the gift of a memory. So I hope that you have liked this project. And if you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. You guys, have a great day. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.